Hello everybody, this is Loki and welcome back to Phoenix Wright. So we're gonna go ahead and get started on this part. Okay, let's see.
Objection!
Please take a look at this. Yeah, so it's a knife. Big deal. If you're ever trying to scare me with that, I'll have you know it won't work. No, that's not my intention at all. That's the knife that was used in the murder, correct? Your Honor, you know why this piece of evidence is important in this case? You don't even have to ask, it's because the defendant's fingerprints on it. Is that what you're driving at? That's exactly what I'm driving at. What are we driving at? And whose car are we driving? That's not what they mean, Judge. That's not what they freaking mean. If Mr. Inchard was really in the nickel samurai costume at the time of the murder, then it's impossible for his fingerprint to have been left on this knife. Actually, he would have wiped all fingerprints on this knife right off. Oh, that's right. The nickel samurai wears gloves, doesn't he? He probably took his gloves off before he began the stabbing.
Objection!
And why would he do something like that? To leave his prints on the murder weapon? There's no way he could do something like that. However, there's one possibility. Then let's hear your possibility. It's very simple. The defendant went in the victim's room while in costume at the nickel samurai. At that time, the defendant had no intention to murder. He was probably just going to relax and talk with the victim about the stage thrill, which is why he took his gloves off. But the murderer still would take off his gloves, or the murder still did take the place. Yeah, it still took place. Well, it's well known that there was a bad blood between the defendant and the victim. Yes, I've heard that one before. Well, Mr. Wright, what do you say about Edgeworth's theory? So let me get this straight. Edgeworth's theory goes like this. When the defendant went to the victim's room, he had no intention of killing him. Now, up to this point, are there any problems with it? Yep, there is a contradiction. The theory contradicts with something with earlier testimony. What are you babbling about? Now, for the argument's sake, let's suppose Mr. Inchard was a killer. If that's the case, I think it's impossible for the killer to have gone to the victim's room without intent. This knife, this was used by Mr. Inchard at dinner. Yes, we did establish that. Which means that if my client was in fact the killer, then he brought this knife with him when he went to visit Mr. Kurita. I suppose. However, you just said it yourself. At the time, the defendant had no intention to murder. If he had the intention to murder, then why he bring a knife? That's true. It's like, if that were true, then why did he bring a knife? He wouldn't, would he? Which means, Mr. Edgeworth, your theory was flawed and from suspicion 1. Yeah, that's true. And one more thing. If the murderer was wearing the costume at the time of the murder, then there should be glove marks left on the knife. Which means the defendant's fingerprint should be all over it like bees on a hive. And that brings me to my final point. This knife was planted by the real killer to hide their identity and mislead us. That's true. Order. Order, I say. Order in the court. Was this knife really planted by the killer? Why would the murderer do such a thing? To frame my client with the Endured, of course. To frame.
Objection!
Aren't you forcing the interpretation just a little too hard on this one? But we just established that the witness saw the Nico Samurai in costume. And if that were true, then there shouldn't be a single fingerprint on this knife. That's true, he had a point. Witness? Looks like I made your life a tiny bit more difficult, huh, Edgy Poo? Witness, did you or did you not really see the Nico Samurai? Well, I guess at first I might have forgotten, but... Are you saying you met the Endured with the Nico Samurai, his character on TV? I mean, I can't really do anything about that now. Look, I was waiting around in front of the doors because, well, I wasn't waiting around for the Nico Samurai, that's for sure. She wasn't waiting around for the Nico Samurai? Alright then, who are you waiting around for them? That's top secret. Anyone outside of security. I have a feeling that you're waiting for Mr. Wandria. Am I correct with this? The way you think you are a sad amateur with a terrible taste of nearsightedness. Amateur? Me? What am I a amateur of? Poor man. He's so confused. Like, what's she talking about? So, Old Bag was waiting around in front of the victim's room. But it doesn't sound like she was waiting to catch a glimpse of Mr. Krita. Maybe, Phoenix. Maybe the Old Bag was waiting around for that person. If that's who I think Mia's handing at, it's certainly possible. Miss Oldbag? You were waiting for this person to come out the victim's room, weren't you? Let's see. Who is this person? It's Adrian Andrews, Mr. Endured's manager. But why would the defendant's manager be in the victim's room? It seems that this is the latest rumor in circulation, Your Honor. Oh, this is... I see. The judge seems to be really into the article, if it can be called such a thing. Then this manager with the initials AA, are you saying it's Adrian Andrew? Without a doubt, the witness thought so as well. Looks like you found me out. Well, that's fine. I can throw away this whole sworn confidentiality stuff then. Witness. What in the world are you? Watch out, Phoenix. I got a bad feeling about this. A very bad feeling. I gotten some information. Very secret information from a certain source. So that's why I was doing my own little investigation in secret, of course. But what for? Oh, just for myself. Personal reasons and all that. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, how will you proceed from here? I really don't want to do this, however, I cannot simply let this point slide. I see. Very well then, witness, please testify about this secret information. Get ready. This is to take the wind out of you youngins. I'm sure we're all capable of handling this. Really. It's not like we're 10 years old. The Endured is one evil man. He thought he could ruin poor Juan by causing a huge scandal. So to do that, he sent his own manager to get in close with Juan. I cannot condone such dirty tricks, so I took action. Oh, and this is top secret. You got that? Nobody else but you and me know. Yeah, okay? The defendant sent his manager? What a tasteful topic for the court. What? Nobody is above gossip. And isn't there a saying? The truth is never pleasant? Never heard that one before. The Edgeworth. What about this Adrian Andrews person? We have looked into this matter and found that the truth that article poses is, in fact, baseless gossip. But should this be true, then this provides that the defendant did bear ill will toward the victim. So this means I have to smash this rumor once and for all. Now then, Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. Be careful. The old bat seems rather excited right now. That's right. And Jared is nothing but your average foul-blooded youth. Well, as the saying goes, you gotta burn old bats with fire. Time to fire up the afterburners and hit the highway to the danger zone. Okay, I have to do the fifth statement. Wait! What? I'm busy, woman. Tea time with the kids is over. Secret information that no one else knows yet. If that's true, then how do you know this secret information? Huh? Well, that's because I'm a pro. Yes, that's it. It's a secret. Even if you drilled a hole into my brain, you'll never find out. How in the world did that old bat get such a secret piece of information? So no one else is supposed to know this secret information, correct? If that's true, then why do you know it, Miss Oldbag? Why are you looking at me like that? Stop that! Witness? I hate to say it, but this is how you came to try your secret info, isn't it? The camera. The investigative photographer Lotta Hart. Oh yes, I remember that mischievous girl. Everyone remembers her. She reported that she had lost a certain note she had written to herself. She reported such a thing? On that piece of paper she had written down some of her impressions about the relationship between the victim and Miss Andrews. What? Outrageous ideas, you say? No, I said impression. He almost said outrageous ideas. He almost said it. Then everything written on the piece of paper is completely meaningless? Ah, that's it. That's the note. Ah. No, you see, this is something completely different. This is my top secret list of groceries to buy. Then you are the one who took Miss Hart note. I'm a huge fan of blondes, that's why. That infamous puffy-haired whippersnapper. She's working with the evil Engard, she said so herself. Engard, I'm a psychic. She was so happy, smiling like a silly duck. I was only checking what she had written. Edgy Boo, you believe me, don't you? I was only trying to help out like the angel I am. It's only one little piece of paper. I've never taken anything else before. You really should come with a supply of cheese to match your vintage wine. Well, it was only a piece of paper. I suppose we can overlook this just this once. She looked like she's really sorry. Should I forgive her? If I let up on her now, she'll get away. I have to find some way to inflict a deafening blow to the prosecution. Witness? You said that the only thing you stole was that note. Is it correct? Stole? Why don't you listen more carefully, you annoying brat? I saved this piece of paper from a terrible lonely trash can, that's all. You're lying, damn it, and I can prove it. Are you putting my credibility under scrutiny again? It's old bag? I don't believe that note is the only thing you stole that night. Do I have to... Yeah, I have to present the camera again. Mr. Oldbag? The note was in with the camera inside the case, wasn't it? A camera? Yesterday, Lotta Hart was raising a huge stink over her camera. She kept saying something, my sweetie, 1,600 camera disappeared on me. What, white witness? What is it? Grams. If you have the note, then it's only logical you have that camera too. Looks like you found me out again, Sonny. Isn't this the camera you're looking for? That's... What? Even though I look like this, I'm still a person, you know. I still eat meals like you. I fall in love and borrow things from... No, you stole it. I think your definition of borrow is a little off. That's it. That's exactly what I was thinking. I saw that woman's business card, and that's when I know. It said, "Slam back to Liberty photographer extraordinaire." Well, when I saw it, I had to know what sort of picture she had taken. I'm a professional security guard. It's my business to know these things. Really? Bailiff? Check this camera's photos. Hurry! We must examine them at once. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, what do we have? There's only one photo that seems to be relevant to this case. Please present it to the court. This is a Nico Samurai. See, I told you. That's the guy I saw. This proves that the witness was not lying earlier about this matter. What does this all mean, Mr. Edgeworth? This photo is taken by itself does not prove that the person is the defendant. However, in his own confession, Mr. Edgeworth clearly stated that at the time of the murder, he was still in his Nico Samurai costume. If that is the case, then this Nico Samurai is the defendant. How did it come to this? I think that brings us to the end. We have examined every piece of evidence thoroughly. Final comments, Mr. Wright? The court would consider them before we close. Do you agree that this photo is decisive against your client? If this photo really is decisive, then we're done for. But if I raise an objection here and blow it, then I will put my life in jeopardy. I can't make a mistake here. There's only one road out of this mess. Photo that Lotto took. Something strange with it. There's something strange with this photo. I knew this was coming. Your thoughts, Mr. Edgeworth? I think we can all agree there's nothing strange with this photo. There's no way for the defense to debunk this photo even with a bunker buster. With the bunker buster? Is that what you're planning to do, Mr. Wright? Anyway, please look at the photo one more time. If you really believe you can honestly find something wrong with this photo, then you should only need one chance, correct? Well... I have to find something wrong with this photo. I can't let this chance go by. Where in the heck did she take that photo from anyway? It's all about focus. Why can't she take a good shot, especially when it counts? Now then, let's hear your objection. I would like to direct the court's attention to this one area right here. Where are you pointing to? His ankle? If you could see his person's ankles, that would be the one thing. However, you can't. And? What does that mean? The costume person in this photo cannot have been with the Enjard. It seems the person is shorter. What's the meaning of this? I wonder if you could try to elaborate what actual fact that is. Let's take a look at the Nico Samurai poster. Yeah, you can see his feet. Please pay particular attention to the area around the bottom of the hakama. You can see his feet. You can see his socks. Exactly. However, in this photo, the Nico Samurai is clearly holding his hakama up just to walk. There's only one explanation for this. The person inside the costume is clearly much shorter than the defendant. Alright, I think I turned things around for myself this time. That's curious. Huh? What is? Edgeworth isn't usually calm today. That's true. He's just letting the trial run itself as if he's only along for the ride. Along for the ride? What do you mean by that? I can only guess that perhaps he doesn't feel under attack at all. He doesn't feel under attack? Then I haven't damaged his case at all? Really? Mr. Edgeworth, where does this lead us? If the person in this photo is not Matt and Guard, then everything the prosecution had tried to prove has become meaningless. I figured it would come to this. What? Right, I have something I want to ask you. I think you have proven that the person inside the captain was not Matt and Guard. In that case, who is this a photo of? Who is the person wearing the Neko Samurai costume? Don't stress over the thing, it's very simple. What you should be focused on is Edgeworth's attitude, don't you think? Yeah, why is he so calm? With the right? Let's hear your thoughts. Who is the person in this photograph? Adrian Andrew? If you want to know who that Neko Samurai is, it's none other than this woman. And why would you say it must be Miss Andrews? What in the world points you to her? For starters, she's short. And she can freely move in and out within their room. Finally, she had dinner with their injured that night. How does that all add up? It means that makes it very easy for her to get to a certain item. A certain knife with Mr. Injured's fingerprint all over it. The knife that was used as the murder weapon. Why don't you just say what it is you want, Mr. Wright? I have to do this now. This is my last chance to turn things around. The defense moved to indicate that Mr. Adrian Andrews is in the murder of Juan Trida. It was Mr. Andrews who tried to frame the defendant for the crime. Order, order, order! It looks like this trial has hit a most unexpected development. Mr. Edgeworth? Yes, Your Honor. This court is issuing a subpoena for Miss Adrian Andrews. A verdict cannot be passed without first hearing her testimony. Alright, this is it. This is kind of bad for us. Huh? What do you mean? If Adrian Andrews is summoned to court as a witness, it means that the trial will go on for another day. One more day? Ah! If I don't get a verdict today, then Maya... Now then, we shall set Miss Andrews' testimony for tomorrow. What am I supposed to do? The judge is about to adjourn the court. Let's see something here. See. Go to the trial. I have to find it. Doesn't matter which. Now then. Please, Your Honor, continue your trial. You must pass a verdict today. I can't do that. And I hear Miss Andrews. I have started wasting such valuable time. Edgeworth. Your Honor, I request that you please continue with today's trial. But we cannot continue due to the unexpected development. Unexpected development. I think you're underestimating me, Your Honor. And what do you mean by that? That Mr. Phoenix Wright would slave his way to supporting Mr. Adrian Andrews is all. Happening and trying to plan even if Wright was a bit slow to catch on. What? What is the meaning of your statement, Mr. Edwards? Mr. Adrian Andrews is certainly waiting in the prosecutor's lobby. She is the next witness. Everything was planned out in advance by this man? Somehow knew there was no way Edgeworth would overlook Miss Andrews. It looks like this battle is far from over. Exactly. Very well. We will call on the next witness. However, before we proceed, we shall take a 10-minute recess. Please prepare your witness at that time, Mr. Edgeworth. The court will now take a 10-minute recess. Well, it looks like we're taking a break for now. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and call it here for now. If you guys enjoyed the video, feel free to hit that like button below and subscribe for more videos to come. See you guys later. Bye, guys.